Here's a home decor hack that costs just a few dollars and looks like something you'd find in a high-end home store. Now, to get the trendy look, you're going to need a can of textured spray paint. Look for one that says stone or concrete finish on the label. Then take both containers outside and give the outsides of each a good coat of that textured spray paint. I like to start with a light misting so it doesn't run at all, and then go back in with a second coat once the first one is dry. You'll also want to flip the bowl over at the end and spray the inside as well. After everything is dry, it's time to assemble. Grab your hot glue gun and attach the pieces together with the taller container upside down and the bowl sitting right on top of it. Hold those in place for a minute until the glue sets firmly. Now here's the magic touch: battery-operated puck lights. I keep a pack of these around all the time because they're so handy for decorating with. You just press them to turn them on and off, and you don't have to mess with any cords or outlets. And just like that, you've got yourself a one-of-a-kind lamp. When you press those puck lights on, the soft glow it gives off is just so cozy. I've seen lamps like this at home stores for $50, $60, even more. This version, just a few bucks and maybe 20 minutes of your time.
Run to Dollar Tree and pick up one large plastic bowl. To start this project, use a palette knife and drywall spackle to apply to the exterior of the bowl. The goal is to create a lot of texture. Give enough time for the spackle to dry completely. Use a heating crafting tool to create a hole in the bottom of the bowl in the size of a light socket. Finish spackling around the hole and add even more spackle around the exterior on spots that need a little more thickness. Add Dixie Belle's Slick and Stick to the inside of the bowl with a paintbrush. Let it dry for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Take gold spray paint or Modern Masters metallic gold paint and apply on the top of the Slick and Stick on the interior part of the bowl. Make sure to apply at least 2 layers. Use a sanding block or sandpaper to sand the surface of the spackled exterior. The goal is to still have texture, but to level it out. Take rub and buff in gold or antique gold with a rag and buff into the surface of the bowl interior. Take a hanging light kit from Amazon and fit the socket through the hole from the exterior of the bowl to the interior. Secure into place. Add a light bulb of choice, hang in place, and plug in. And there you have it, an inexpensive way to create your own modern pendant light for your home for less than $15. Take a variety pack of macrame, wood rings, and a balloon. First, start by blowing up the balloon to a medium size. Then begin hot gluing the rings to each other around the circumference of the balloon's surface. When finished, pop the balloon inside. Take a plastic bag and painter's tape. Tape off the portion of the wood ring shape. Take everything outdoors and use spray paint to cover up the exposed portion of the round shape. Once the paint dries, remove the bag and the tape and add a lampshade and a puck light.
While I'm browsing at the thrift store, I'm always looking for items that can be turned into completely different things. I'm going to begin by removing the price tags off the votive holders and then using a bit of rubbing alcohol just to give these a good thorough clean. Then I'm going to come in with some napkins. I'm going to be removing the 2 sets of ply underneath the pattern design. To begin this part of the project, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut the napkin down into strips. Once I've cut the napkin down into even strips, I'm going to go ahead and come in with some Mod Podge, and we're going to take our first vessel and we're going to do a strip of Mod Podge going down one side of the glass vessel over the top and then back down the other side. Then we're going to take a strip of napkin and we're going to place it down over the Mod Podge, lightly patting it into place so that we don't rip the napkin. Then I'm going to continue doing this pattern, working across the vessel, working in strips, making sure I've covered the entire thing. I'm going to come in and add another layer of Mod Podge over the whole thing once I've done the strips. Once it's completely dried, I'm going to use a pair of scissors to cut off the overhanging edges of napkin. And then I'm going to come in with a sanding block and I'm just going to go around, just doing a rough little sand to make sure I've got rid of all the unsmooth edges of napkin. To finish off the edge, I'm going to take this acrylic paint marker and I'm going to go all around the bottom edge of the glass vessel just to give it a nice gold finished look. Then I'm going to bring in my little wine glasses that I got. These I got for $1.29 each, which I thought was a great price. And I'm going to use these battery operated tea lights that I got from the dollar store, and I'm going to put them in the bottom of the little wine glasses. Place the glass vessel over top, and what I've created here is some tiny little mini lamps. And I think these are so cute, so adorable, and such a different way to use some glass vessels from the thrift store as well as some tiny wine glasses. So I have this little bud vase here that I also got at the thrift store. And when I saw it on the shelf, it was next to this little bowl. And when I put them together, they created the cutest little lamp. But because this bud vase is so small, the opening is very tiny, I'm not able to get a tea light in there. So I got the idea to get these mini string wired lights and I'm going to feed them down into the bottom of the bud vase. Once I've done that, I'm simply just going to tape the remaining wire to the back of the bud vase, and then I just have to put the batteries in the battery pack and it lights up. But I think this is a great start to this project, and while I was doing this, I even had the idea that you could switch out the lights for different colors of different seasons. I've placed it here in my kitchen and it looks so cute, especially at nighttime with the lights off. It kind of acts as a little night light. So I hope this idea inspires you to get creative with things that you find around the thrift store to make some mini lamps of your own.
Pick up 6 clear plastic punch bowls from Dollar Tree. Cut a round hole in the bottom of each punch bowl and then glue the bowls together top to top with hot glue. Take the 6 attached bowls that have been glued together and then glue the bases of the bowls together so that you have 3 bowl balls stacked vertically. Take an LED fairy light strand, wrap the string lights around a wood dowel and thread them through the center holes. Distribute the fairy lights into each bowl. Place the bowl stack on top of a planter of choice. Hot glue the bow, pine cones, and Christmas ornaments to the top of the bowls. Plug it in, and there you have it, a cheap way to create your own easy Christmas decorations for your home. I hope this inspired you to try this DIY holiday project in your home. Thanks for watching Home Talk, and see you next time.